Hey guys, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we'll be doing a detailed comparison of two mid-range smartphones, the Micromax Canvas Hue, which was recently announced, and then we have the Lava Iris 6.8, the flagship phone from Lava. So these two phones compete in the mid-range, that's around the 10k price range category, while the Micromax Canvas Hue is priced 10,999. The Lava Iris 6.8 is much more affordable and comes at 8,999. So both these phones are available both on online as well as offline stores, unlike many other smartphones which employ the flash sales. So let's go ahead and do the comparison. So first up, let's have a quick look at the specs of this device. So the Micromax Canvas Hue is priced 10,999 as we said before, and comes with a 5-inch Super AMOLED display, and it has a quad-core processor with 1 GB RAM. There's 8 GB internal storage, and there's also 8 megapixel rear camera with LED flash, front facing 2 megapixel camera, and it runs Android 4.4 KitKat, and it is upgradable to Android Lollipop. So there is a promised update for this device from the company. So that was the spec aspect of the Micromax Canvas Hue. So it's a pretty decently spec device. Now let's moving on to Lava Iris 6.8. So this is a flagship phone meant to compete with the Eureka and the Xiaomi Redmi Note. So it has a 5-inch HD display, 720p display. It's powered by octa-core processor from MediaTek with 2 GB RAM and 16 GB internal storage, and it also runs Android 4.4 KitKat, and it is upgradable to Android Lollipop. Again, it's a promised upgrade from the company. Then you have an 8 megapixel camera according to the company, but while reviewing we found that it has a 10 megapixel camera with a dual LED flash and a front 3 megapixel camera for selfies and video calls. So that was a spec aspect. So both these devices have pretty decently spec'd in this price point. So now going by the specs alone, we can say that the Lava Iris 6.8 is pretty much the winner here, because it's priced lesser than the Canvas Hue and also has better specs. So does having specs alone matter? We'll find out in this detailed comparison. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So you can see here both these devices have almost identical design. You can see here almost similar design. There isn't much to choose between these two devices. You can see that edges are curved. There is a silver finishing around the Lava Iris 6.8, and for Micromax Canvas Hue, this the silver finish is replaced with a golden finish. So that's the only change between these two smartphones, and they look almost similar. You can see here it's almost similar, nothing much change, only the placement of certain keys are changed. So you can see here power and volume key, they are interchanged in the design. You can see that the 3.5mm audio jack here, while the micro USB is at the bottom for Canvas Hue, while both the micro USB and the 3.5mm are on top for the Lava Iris 6.8. So barring those minor differences, you can see that almost the design aspect, both these devices are very similar. So you can see here this is exactly similar design, the curved edges and the flat back panel. So now what differentiates between these two devices is the build quality. This is where the Lava Iris 6.8 is pretty good, because Lava Iris 6.8 has a bit more sturdier build, and you can see this matte finish back panel is much better than what we have on the Micromax Canvas Hue. While in the review we said that the Canvas Hue has an issue with the back panel. You can see it attracts a lot of scratches and smudges. Even with casual you can see that we did have encountered a lot of scratches on this glossy back panel. While on the other hand, the Lava Iris 6.8 has a pretty good build quality. It's a matte finish and looks pretty solid as well. But having said that, there are two things which comes in favor of the Canvas Hue. First is it's slimmer than the Lava Iris 6.8, and secondly it is lighter than the Lava Iris 6.8. So these two are aspects where the Micromax Canvas Hue is better, but the overall build quality looks better on the Lava Iris 6.8. Now moving on to the display on these two smartphones. Both these have the 5-inch 720p HD display, but the difference between these two displays is that the Canvas Hue has an AMOLED, Super AMOLED display, while the Lava Iris 6.8 has the IPS LCD display. So you can see that the AMOLED display has much better colors, but Lava Iris 6.8 isn't far behind. It also definitely has great color. The touch response is good on both these displays. So overall both these devices have great displays. Both are HD display. The touch response is good. The viewing angles are also good. but the Micromax Canvas Hue has a Super AMOLED display and it has a slight edge over the Lava Iris X8. Now moving on to the software and performance. So both these smartphones runs Android 4.4 KitKat and is upgradable to Android Lollipop. So that's one interesting aspect of these two smartphones. If you pick either of these, you will definitely get the Android Lollipop update. So there is no time frame defined by either of these companies. So probably expect in a couple of months time. Now talking about the interface, you can see that Micromax Canvas Hue has multiple home screens. It does not have an app launcher, and this is totally different UI from Micromax. You can see the icons are also changed. It's a simple interface, but it's not feature an app drawer, and you have multiple home screens. Now if you see the Lava Iris X8 interface, you can see that it is almost like stock Android, nothing much customized by the company. You can see the notification center is also exactly similar what we had on any other Android Android KitKat smartphone, so nothing much change. So if you like a stock Android experience, you would be better off taking the Lava Iris X8. Now the Micromax Canvas Hue interface is not everyone's liking because it has multiple home screens. There's no app drawer, so a lot of people might not want to use that device because the interface is slightly better on the Lava Iris X8. Now moving on to the performance. Both these devices exhibit really great performance, no lag whatsoever. But having said that, we would say that the performance is better on the Lava Iris X8, obviously because it has an octa-core processor with 2 GB RAM, while the Canvas Hue has quad-core processor with 1 GB RAM. The gaming experience is really good on both these devices, no lag whatsoever. But again, the gaming experience, we would select the Lava Iris X8 because it has better performance than the Micromax Canvas Hue. So that is the software and performance aspect of these two smartphones. Now moving on to the camera. So according to the specs, both these devices have the 8 MP camera. Now let's see the interface of the Micromax Canvas Hue. So you can see here we already done the detailed review. So this is the interface. So you can see here there are lots of features and modes available. And you can see, we can check out the camera review we've posted on our YouTube channel. We can say that this is not really that great camera. It's a pretty average camera, not really the best in this category, and does produce pretty decent photos. You can use it for casual photography, not for low light photography. Now moving on to the Lava Iris X8. We already done the detailed camera review, so you can see the camera interface again is pretty good, but it's slightly confusing than the Micromax Canvas Hue, but it does have almost all features. And again, this camera also is in the real class leading in this category. It is pretty average and doesn't produce really great photos, but it can be used for casual photography, but then not for low light photography. So all in all, we can't really say one device is better than the other in the camera aspect, because both these smartphones exhibit pretty decent camera in the daylight, but again in low light photography both these smartphones aren't that good when compared to the competition like the Eureka and the Xiaomi Redmi Note. Now moving on to the battery performance, the Canvas Hue has a 3000 mAh battery. That's one great aspect of this device, and the Lava Iris X8 has a 2500 mAh battery. Although the battery capacity on the Lava Iris X8 is lower, the battery performance is pretty decent on the X8 as well. Now here the real winner is the Micromax Canvas Hue, because it has really great battery performance. You can get 1.5 days of usage with the battery, and it's pretty good because the capacity is higher. So now we have discussed about the design, the build quality, the software performance, camera, and also the battery life. So which is a better phone to buy here? Now there are a couple of things which favor the Lava Iris X8. That is, it has an octa-core processor, 2 GB RAM. Then you have a slightly better camera. Then you have 16 GB internal storage when compared to 8 GB on the Canvas Hue. So these are the factors which were favorable for the Lava Iris X8, and also it has a slightly better build quality than the Canvas Hue. Now where the Canvas Hue wins is the display, that's a Super AMOLED display, and the battery capacity, which is slightly better than the Lava Iris X8. So which is better buy? So obviously we would recommend the Lava Iris X8 because it's almost 2K cheaper than the Canvas Hue, and it has a better specs, octa-core, 2 GB RAM and compared to quad-core and 1 GB RAM on the Canvas Hue. Since both these devices are upgradable to Android Lollipop, the software experience is pretty much good on either of these devices. So that was a detailed comparison of the Lava Iris X8 with the Micromax Canvas Hue. Hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.